What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm here to break down House of the Dragons episode 8, as well as Raising Kanan Power episode 8. I'm here with my lovely Kay Leezy, as always, in the building. What's up, Kay?
Hey, Jay. Hey, Chad. Happy Sunday. Officially this time.
Oh, no, right? Definitely. So, we here. We about to break it down. We ain't going to spend too much time on House of the Dragons. We'll cover that first, because we learned last time, we do it last, then everybody ready to check out. So, while people are still getting ready to come into the party, we'll cover House of the Dragons real quick. And a couple moments of that, a good, 10 minutes, House of the Dragons. I kick it off. I really enjoyed this episode. It actually has some heartbreaking moments. I was like feeling bad. Like, I really never get touched hardly by movies and TV shows, but when I saw him coming with the cane all humped over, he was just struggling to do what he could for his child. I'm like, oh man,
that's like a father's love, Jay.
Yeah, that was hard right there. That touched me right there. So, what you think? Somebody said no sound. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you clearly, Jay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. So what's up? What you think about this last episode and what happened and going on?
Jay, I cannot tell a lie.
You ain't gotta just show overall. You ain't gotta get too deep.
So what did you think about the time jump? Again.
I know, right? I mean, I was surprised the king was still alive, but he in bad shape.
Oh, he looked like Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
He looked like Tales from the Crypt. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and then that speech at the table was heartbreaking.
Here's what I don't... the fact that he's hanging on by the thinnest thread of hair is amazing, right? But the time jumps, they're bothering me. The connection that I thought I would have had by this part, I know for a fact I just don't have it. I don't have the connection, Jay.
It's a new cast every episode.
It's for the last 3 episodes. Yeah, it's been a new cast, and it's like I can't. Matter of fact, this is 4 times we've seen the B people change around us. So it's like, what on earth did these little girls? They didn't even go from little girls to preteens or whatever.
Right?
I was like, who's this big woman standing next to Mama Fish Force, Valerian? Who is this?
Mama Fish.
They sigil is a horse fish. Because I did have to rewind it because I'm like, is that a Capricorn? But no, it was a horse on the top. But I love the story, but the time jumps are keeping me from really, really connecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the time jumps is a problem. I done kind of got used to it. I'm not connected to any of the characters really either. I like Damon because he been around for a while and he sure had no problem off with the head, right?
Listen, are we calling him Damon? Can we put him to Demon in there? I was giving Jay a story. I heard these ladies in the supermarket talking about it and they were like, we love Demon. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's Damon. I want to call him Demon too.
D Mizzle, he wasn't playing. I was surprised. That just showed how he thought the king was so weak that he could even say stuff like that and be that disrespectful in front of everybody. He thought that the queen had his back. Nah, his brother was in the house. Whoop.
Speechless. He presented as savage from the first episode. So yes, I'm connected to Demon, right? Mm-hmm. Because he is savage. He was savage with the crab man. He been savage, and I love it. Remember, he brought out half of his body So come on,
Man.
you gotta expect that, and that's how I think that the connection of the fire was good between Rhaenyra and him, because Rhaenyra she's savage too.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna tell the Fish Queen Valerian that Laenor wasn't dead. I thought she was gonna, huh?
No, they can't do that.
Why not?
Why? That's how empires crumble, with one weak person knowing the right information, Jay. No.
I guess. I mean, it's her son. Well, she would have made him go search out for him or something and bring him home or something. Search the land.
Say it to the wrong person when her belly hurts in her. She gonna say it to the wrong person and it's over.
Right. That's true. On her last deathbed, he's alive. Go find him.
Jay, and I was about to take a exactly.
Find my heir. Right. House Valerian must not fall. Boy.
So that, I understand why I wouldn't have said nothing. I definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah, man. You see how they had the king just laying in the bed, wrapped up his little Legoland puzzle. It's all got spider webs. What you thought about Legoland? I know that was your little thing.
I know, I did love Legoland. I was just like, damn, look how they got him. Like, Pop, you hanging on. You're really, really hanging on, you know?
He is.
It was so bad. And I'll tell you something.
They was giving him straight heroin, no chaser. Just drink it. Hey, man, just drink that shit, man. Take it.
So here's what I was thinking, right? I think it was the second or third episode. Remember the Mace was like, no, just bring him the leeches? Had they listened to the shaman, the black shaman guy who had his potion, the king might not have been in this condition. But remember, he was like, forget that. Just give him the leeches.
Mm-hmm.
And all in my mind, I'm like, was that the job of the hand? Because they didn't want him to use the medicine to get better. And look at him. Even though, if we can include the time jumps, he been falling apart for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a slow death. And he's really been hanging on in there. And as he was falling apart at the end, he done told the damn song of Ice and Fire to the wrong person. He thought he talking to Rhaenyra, and he talking to her, and she gonna believe him. Why she ain't just dismissed that as him being senile? Why she believing that?
Cantankerousness, Jay.
It go along with what she wanted anyway, which was for him to be on the throne. And so she like, well, he wished it on his dying breath.
Well, you know, because I try to be the advocate, the other side advocate, like you do, Jay. I would be like, I would run with it too then.
Yeah, I mean, that's what she trying to do, so we'll see. Von Joyner got a good point. He said Damon and the eye patch are going to catch up. You saw they squared up. He was like, all right, you picking on them. Hold up. And they kind of stood and looked at each other like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. And Damon, he know it. He smiled like,
yes.
We'll be meeting again.
Damon is a butt man, Jay, and I love it, okay? Shoot, he ain't taking nothing from nobody, and I'm here for it. Okay, he's my character.
That's how I feel, too. He like the only one we done had that can be consistent. And the king, I like him, but he been falling apart. I feel bad for Big Daddy Kane. He came up. I'm wondering why they make him walk in there like the Crypt Keeper. I know everybody that used that one, but he can't.
Because it's true, Jay. Sometimes it's just true. It is what it is.
I'm like, why they don't got a chair and carry him? Then that's what they do for dinner. I'm like, man, you made him walk that long ass walk, but he wanted to show he still had strength, even though it showed how weak he was. But I'm not dead yet, bastards. I'm still here. And the hand, he was like, I'm going to be the hand. I'm speaking for the king. That door opened up like, get your ass out my seat, bitch.
So, going back now because I'm paying attention to the foreshadowing, right? Mm-hmm. When he said there's not a man alive, they were at the table one time and he's like, there's not a man alive who hasn't the patience to wait out for their opportunity or whatever. That was him waiting it out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I gotta look at this episode over again to really ingest everything, Jay.
Yeah, I got you. One of the things that I did like about this episode is when they brought Big Daddy Kane in there into the dinner. He pulled off the mask like, look, man, I'm up here dying. Forget all the fakeness. Let's put all the fake masks, take them off. We all here. It's all love. And then they had the toast and everything. I'm like, okay, it might be all right. And then, Jace, he can't they still know how to push each other's buttons as cousins and stuff. And
yes,
boy, I don't know, man. You think Jace, they look a little now compared to the Targaryen, the Valerians. What you think now? He kept saying you all have grown to be very strong. Wink, wink.
Yes, Jay, I have a little bias because this is my little book part coming in here. So I'm just going to be silent on this one, but it's about to be on.
I already know. I'm sure.
It's about to be on. Mm-hmm.
And they brought that pig out for the feast in front of him, and he kept laughing, and he like, oh, yeah, it's funny, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he became quite a beast in battle now. You see, he using real weapons. He could have got killed in that practice. He was doing good, so
right.
One-Eyed Jack, he able to see it coming.
One-Eyed Jack is vicious, though. I'm excited to see
Cruel.
Because they're gonna make that has to happen like with some accuracy. So I'm excited to see that. I don't think we should have any more time jumps. Everybody's of age to not do no crazy crap anymore. So let's see if we only got 2 more episodes?
Mm-hmm. Well, we know the king is dead the next episode based off the preview. Plus we can see him.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. Yeah, the preview, the king is dead. And she's saying that he wanted Aegon to be king, basically with the last breath. And it's going to cause a whole bunch of mess because everything was settled. We was just fine, just broke bread, had drinks, and here you go back with this stuff again. So, yeah.
It's about to be on.
And then, they both got dragons. They going to go to war with each other, destroy each other. So...
It's the House of the Dragon. It's the Civil War. The Civil War now.
Right.
But once again, with all of that melee in the beginning, now when it's about to heat up, the season's going to be over.
Yeah, leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So, we have to get into it, look at it again. I want to do some more reviews for it, so hopefully I can get some time. We can get to it, do it, and make it happen. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into Raising Kanan.
Prime time.
You know what I'm saying? We got some more topics on that show to talk about because it was a hell of an episode for Raising Kanan last episode tonight. And just so much happened, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Everybody, of course, want to talk about Marvin. And did he die and things? I got a video coming after this live stream about it. So make sure you check it out. And you can hear my thoughts on what happened with Marvin, if he lived or died. And as well, me and Kay Leezy covered it on the first reaction. So check it out.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, one of the things that we didn't get to talk about is Burke. All right, Burkle. More like Urkel over here, being a little...
Burkle. Yeah, let's keep that one. I like that,
Yeah,
Burkle.
Burkle, a little nerd cop. So we got Burkle over here, and she done got busted by snooping around, but she still keeps snooping. What do you think is going on with Burke? Why is she so invested in Howard?
She internal affairs.
On her free time, she internal affairs. She worked 2 jobs.
You know, these zealous police officers, and they want, you know, I just don't. Listen, she got a hard on for this dude in the worst way.
Right.
Like you putting up a rock at the supermarket? Why are you wildin'?
Crazy. And she don't even know him like that.
No. But remember, she was out for him from the very beginning. From the very beginning. It's not just after he got shot. It was from the very beginning. But this, I love this, Jay. Howard, remember we were like, what's Howard gonna do? The setup was real. The setup was real. So when, you know, he said that you got these people, how you call it? Saying that she had something to do with giving the kids the drugs or whatever the case may be. I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on now. Howard is running the streets. Come on, you messing with the wrong one.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I'm wondering is, you know, she got checked by her, you know, commanding officer. And she already now getting tied up to what happened with, you know, the girl, what's her name? Little Cyndi Lauper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jukebox.
That was Howard's setup.
Yeah.
Was that not Howard's setup?
Maybe. That's why he went there to talk to the father, because now the father's in on it. So, yeah.
That's exactly what hit me. Like, oh, that was the setup. That's why Howard went to the father. He was putting his plan, because remember we talked about, like, he was playing dumb for Rock. Right? He wasn't really expounding on his concerns about Burke. But she's somebody to be concerned about. So I think that's Howard went to set that up.
Mm-hmm.
And put that in play.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, for her to go and talk to Rock after that was insane. I mean, I know you've been saying that she's earned her death for a while. You doubling down on it now, or what?
Double down, Jay. Definitely double down, okay?
Support Gaming with the super chat said the captain looking like he want to clap Burke. Boy, Support Gaming, you silly, man. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Definitely. It looked like he wanted to slap her to me, is what it looked like. Like, man.
I thought the slap too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, what the hell wrong with you? And, you know, Howard.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. Definitely.
And she gonna ask who told you? Like, I'm gonna tell you who told me.
I know.
You sneaking around, or you know. Well, come on now, girl. You.
Yeah, he said, I got eyes and ears everywhere. But that's how you play it, even with your kids. You don't tell them what you know. Hey, just know that I know everything, so tell me everything.
And if I ask you, I already know the answer. So, bye.
Right. All right. One of the hot button topics of this episode is Jukebox and the Drop Squad. So the church group grabbed her up, hemmed her up, held her head together, and made her. Yeah, for one, we got a lot of questions. A lot of people wondering, how did they know she gay? Why didn't they do it in a church? You know, all kind of stuff. So, what do you think about this? That they held her head, they done put her in the vice grip, and why they didn't do this in the church? And how did they know? What do you think? You think because maybe she picked up on Jukebox dressing boyish when they first saw. But Who knows when she was first coming around? But then again, in the 90s, everybody dressed hip hop. So I don't know. What you think?
I don't know about that. So I just have this. I don't know, Jay. Remember, I was talking in Discord before we did the first reaction, and I was saying maybe because she was having conversations with the boy. I don't know. Maybe he alluded to it, or she maybe could have said something to it. I don't know. I would love for them to reveal how that transpired. I don't want them to rush over that part, because nobody knows how they know, and they dealt with her like it was a fact, right? I think that they did it in her mama's house, but they don't want to play no porn in the church.
No,
right?
I
mean, this whole thing was, this whole thing bothered me. So I Googled it today. It's called conversion therapy.
Yeah. You said I Googled.
I think Google
I know you
today.
be doing research, but that's what it's called. I'm familiar with it. Knowing about it, I'm not familiar with what they do. I just know that it exists. Yeah, I never seen it. So
they beat you. They beat you. It's some psychological thing, right? So they do beat you in it, so that you associate the licks with the
devil. Stuff. Okay.
So I'm just so mad. I'm telling you, I'm so pissed off about this part. I'm mad that the guy was in the corner. You know, the boy who she's dating or who snitched on her. I don't know, because it's beyond me. I hope her family member didn't tell Kenya, because they know. So I hope it didn't come from Rock or it didn't come from Martha. I don't know, and I'm mad that I don't know. But I think this was more detrimental to Juke than the fight with her father.
I feel you on that. I agree with you in the sense that the fight with the father was a little emotional, because it was about the girlfriend and the tape and the Lebanese, like she was Ellen or something. But all of that was a little emotional, but more. I mean, it was a little of both. Whereas this was pure spiritual, to your soul, to your spirit. Who you are is a horrible person going to hell for eternal damnation.
Right. God don't love you because of this, and God don't want you to. Jay, I was so upset they tortured her.
Yeah, that took it to a whole nother level. Marvin didn't take it that level. And he wasn't gonna put his hands on her, but she attacked him and did what she did, and then he reacted in the worst way, which I really appreciated that when he went to go and speak with Kenya and she smacked him. Juke, boy, she was like, it's on. What you think about that? She even said dad in that moment, boy.
I loved it, because of the stuff that he's been doing in his gentle way. I'm still here. Even when he spoke to her in the kitchen, you could tell that she understood it. She's not ready, but she did understand it. So I could see. And look, when he saw her burning the clothes, he's like, "Bum, let's go, yo. Let's deal with this. We're going to address it. We're going to step to her." So I loved it. And I love the fact that he didn't put his hands on her either.
Yeah, he's come a long way. And I think she recognized when he didn't react with violence towards her, that maybe he has been trying to change, which is, of course, how they do it. They make you start to realize the person's doing good, things are getting better, and then it's over. And I hope that Marvin makes it, but I don't know, it ain't looking good for him. Marv is in trouble, so we'll see how that turns out. But it's really unfortunate what happened with Juke and Kenya. I had a feeling it would end bad, and I didn't know it would go to that extreme. So, but on the other hand, we see that relationship breaking down, but we see that Kanan is now got a relationship with Pops. What do you think about that? He got him sleeping on the couch.
I was like, oh, but you don't got another bedroom to put him in or something? Or bring him on the California King. Jeez. But this is the difference between men and women, right? You see how he just allowed him? You know, the woman would have been like, no, talk to me. Is everything okay? I need to know more. His father just allowed him, and then I didn't like his interrogate you, but that's, I guess, police talk. But he, he just allowed him. He's not pressuring him. And he didn't ask him, did you open the envelope? If it was a female, you'd want 21 questions answered now. So when I saw it, I liked the interaction between them. I thought it was nice. And I'm glad that Kanan trusts him enough to say, I'm going to go there. When, he was in a state emotionally.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Now, this was funny. Shout out to my girl, Gina. She said, I like when Malcolm said, I don't know what you like to eat, so this is what you eating. And gave him 2 pieces of dry toast.
Right. Okay, you saw all the spaggles of it was hilarious. It really was.
That made my mouth and throat dry looking at it. Eat no dry toast. What the hell? They ain't put no butter on it at least or something.
Butter, nothing.
Soften it up.
He gave him some juice. He gave him some juice to go with it.
I know, right? I would have just drank the juice, left that dry ass toast there. He gave him 2 pieces of toast. That's what we call a wish sandwich. Wish it was something in it. Yeah. Hey man, go a wish sandwich. Yeah, enjoy.
I'm good. Well, at least he toasted the wish sandwich. Then he toasted the bread as opposed to dry bread or just plain bread. Oh gosh,
the
that's too much.
Toasted wish sandwich. I make toasted wish sandwich with cheese, man. What's up?
He slept with his Timbs on. I was just like, oh gosh.
Hey, he slept fully clothed. He was ready to bounce at a moment's notice, boy.
What you think? I'm gonna cut through the back. I ain't going out the front door now. I'm gonna cut through the back.
Finally, he paid attention, right? But Rock never let him know that she saw him coming over there.
Rock's a liar.
Definitely. Yeah. So, speaking of Rock, what do you think about how she handled the Italians and the rudeness, the brashness, but she a woman in a man's world? What do you think about how she handled that?
I do not think that she handled it well. Like, okay, fine. I probably would have buttered it up and been like, F him or whatever when I left. But there's no way I'd have spoke to him like that. Like, you wildin'. If somebody spoke to Rock like that, it would have been on. So she should know. So to me, that part, I was like, oh, really? She really don't got no chill now. I'm still, except for her and Kanan, I've been on her side. Mm-hmm. Crappy set me off, and now this. Mm-hmm. Now, I just don't know what to think about it, Jay. What's her real deal, though?
I think that it's similar to how, I guess, women, when they're living in a masculine world, then they kind of have a hyper version of a man, just like men that live as women or in a woman's world. Maybe sometimes, for example, a drag is like a hyper version of a woman.
I agree.
Yeah, so maybe she's a hyper version of a man. Gangster,
even unbeknownst to her, she didn't even realize that she is the hyper version. Jay, that makes a lot of sense to me because it makes a lot of sense to me. Good one, very good one, Jay.
I be thinking sometime.
I know you do. I know you do. I rocks with
you. Right, so that's why it comes off a little so noticeable to all the guys and brash. Because they wouldn't deal with each other that way. but the way she's doing things, she's, doing things out of the ordinary, and a woman, and black, and younger,
and in the industry of men.
Right, right. So it's a lot. What do you think about his response and wanting Marvin dead to make things even? Is that right? His reasoning is because Marvin didn't go to him, but I mean, does that cost him his life? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that they were both fair. I agree with Rock. I just don't agree with her mannerism and how she brought it to the table. It could have been delivered the other way, but I actually agree with both of them, because he told her, I could have just went for your kid, a kid for a kid, right? Mm-hmm. He was diplomatic. You understand? So I'm like, why you had to wild out like that? Like, I do agree. My brother ain't do that to your son.
True. Definitely.
So, right. But the way she carried herself, and he stayed composed through the whole conversation. Even to tell her, like, look how you acting. Come on. I ain't rough you up. I ain't send no goons to come pick you up. I ain't take actions without consulting you first. I didn't even deal with it for myself. I told you deal with it. So I thought he was right, I thought he was fair in everything he did. I also thought Rock was right, but Rock's behavior was disgusting. Her presentation, her delivery was awful.
Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Gina got a point that said after she left Sal, her first move should have been to give Marvin the heads up that Sal said he had to go. Marvin should not have been out on the street. That's a great point.
Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
He should not have been out on the street. At that point, you're supposed to go into hiding, even before. From the moment he said he wants a meeting with Rock, Marvin should be MIA. Yeah. We already know that you the link, you the common denominator here. So you need to be MIA. Marvin should have been thinking, I'm not being around none of my loved ones, my family, people I check for, because right now, I'm a wanted man.
Right. And as a matter of fact, I'd add on to that, Lulu and Kane and all of them should be on the low right now. Because if they say we can't get Marvin, forget it. Get them.
Exactly. Everybody go undercover right now, especially Kanan, because that's a son for a son.
Right.
So, but back to what you say from the beginning, they not moving like they real kingpins. They not moving like they really running the scene. They moving very careless and vicarious.
Right. Right. That's true. And, I don't know why I've said this the whole series. They don't have bodyguards. They not looking over their show. They not doing none of the stuff that we know should be done in that type of work, in that life. And so,
right.
Yeah. And Jamari Riddick got a great point. Marvin should have been looking out when Unique told him what was up. That's true. He should have went to Rock and told her, hey, look, this is what happened. This fool trying to sit in the corner talking about, we don't know if that's what it is. Yeah, we do.
That's what he was calling for his mostly white friend.
Right. Confidentiality. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But they're all scared of Rock. Nobody's going to tell Rock. Kanan didn't go to tell Rock about the money. His father had to tell her, right? Nobody's telling Rock anything. Lulu's not telling Rock about the studio. Nobody, because they're all afraid of Rock, because Rock putting the Rock down, and she's not being logical, so that's why her own family is, evading her and going around her back to deal with certain things. Mm-hmm. So it's Rock's fault.
It is her fault, because she wants the trust and everybody to be honest, but she created the exact opposite environment, whereas if somebody honest or has come with something, they'll get punished or even killed, or made to look stupid. So they don't want to say anything, and that leads to more problems. Just like she had to find out what was happening through Unique of all people. I know that was mad, pissed me off. That would have pissed me off big time.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah. What's up, Barika B. Hallette with the super chat? Thank you so much, sis, for coming through. She said some church members peeped Juke was gay because they are on the DL. Shots.
Exactly.
The choir director peeped. I know her.
I seen her before.
She be with Uncle Clifford. That's one of Clifford's little girls.
That's horrible. I want them to clear it up. I could see this, B. I definitely could see this happening. I want them to clear it up. I'm not going to be happy if they don't clear it up because it was just random, right? And it was the level of torture that they did was too much because they didn't ask her either. They acted factually. Like they
and
knew.
It was a setup, too. And even though, it was a mental torture. Because, they whacked her with a wooden spoon. It ain't like she was...
They made her watch porn in front of a group of church people. They held her down on the chair. They didn't just say, put out your hand and you get a spanking.
Right.
They held her down. That's what I'm saying. It was torture, Jay, mentally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Spiritually. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I hated that scene. Like, ooh.
That was more than I thought. What I thought when I said pray away the gay was she come there for the church singing one day and they bring her in the back or something for like a Bible study and she be in the middle with a circle of the elder sisters praying, Bible thumping and praying or maybe lay hands on the head or something and say, please get this gay demon or something out of her or something. That's what I thought what I would have seen. To have her watch porn and held down and whack her, that didn't cross my mind at all. I thought, anything along the lines of being in the room and all of that stuff or something, I would have saw that. But the that caught me by surprise.
Not happy, Jay. Really, really not happy. Yeah. I was really not happy about it. I'm not gonna lie. It bothered me. And watching her have the fight with her father was hard to deal with, especially the strangle part. It was really, really difficult, but I'm not trying to pacify it. They were fighting each other. She was livid with him. He was an asshole. They were fighting and it was an unfair fight, but they were fighting. This is just torture, Just thinking about it again, like I wouldn't want nobody to misunderstand me and do me violate me that way, or anybody I know, my loved one, my family. What? I would lose it. I would run up in that church, Jay.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Where's the bleep? Where's the bleep sound, Jay? Bleep me out because I'm about to lose it. Bleep me
I
out.
know, right? So we saw Unique kind of talking with, the Italians or whatever, and it seems that he kind of in the middle. Is he on Rock's side? Is he on the Italian side? Is he trying to be on his own side and just try to play the middle? We did kind of hear a clip for the next episode of him saying something to the effect of he ain't gonna turn on Rock or something like that. Or
I didn't see the preview.
Okay.
I've been trying not to look at it because I've been trying to stay less frustrated because it be having me on edge, Jay. But
so what do you think is
playing his side? Okay. He's being strategic and he want what's best for him. And if wilding out with Rock ain't best for him, because if he do anything to any one of them, Rock gonna bring the smackdown on him. He don't want that drama right now. He getting money. He not even running the show. He a middleman and he getting paid. So I think he's gonna make movements for what's most beneficial to him.
And also it could be some of the
side.
Right. And I look at it as he could be like, well, I'd rather deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't.
Right.
Darren Hampton in the comments said, I think Unique is siding with Rock because he's still an outsider with the Italians. He'll always be an outsider, never will be.
And his direct link is gone. his direct link was the son, not the father.
Right, that's true.
He was in good grace with the father because of the son, you know? So,
that's a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did kind of get a little relationship with the father, but it ain't been that long. And he literally saved the ass of the son. You know, he saved his ass, literally. So, you know, that's different.
Right.
Yeah, but, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm not going to tell you that I don't like that jacket, Jay. I'm just saying.
You don't?
Okay? I said, I'm not going to tell you
okay.
that I don't like that jacket. I love it.
That jacket brought back memories. I never had one.
Nice. Just looking at the collar.
Yeah, that jacket is at least 10 G's.
That jacket is lovely.
Yeah. And then you might probably get it for 5, but I think it's probably 10. But, or more, probably 20.
Yeah, that jacket is nice. That's what you call
20.
fuego, babe. It's fuego.
Fire. En fuego. It's that fire.
It's fuego, Jay. Yes.
Fuego. But that brought back memories. I never owned one or nothing like that. But seeing back in the time period, the ballers of the day that did have some and stuff, we used to be like, damn, he doing one. Damn, he balling. That coat is fire. I wish I could afford one today.
I'll tell you what happened to a coat I had in Discord, Jay.
Yeah, okay.
That's a conversation for Discord.
My mom used to get furs and stuff like that. She never had this, but she used to get that type of stuff. And just funny, we just was talking about recently what happened to it, and she don't even know. It's all gone. But
that's why, you know, that's the key and a moral. The materialistic things, they just come and go.
They do. They
come and go. Yeah.
You take care of it, cherish it, and then one day, who knows what happened to it. I remember her taking care of it and keeping it in the boxes and hung up and this and that all throughout my childhood. And then when the house was sold and people moved, don't nobody know what happened to it. You just took care of this for years and years and years and just poof. Just gone, man. So, yeah, you can never really hold on to this stuff. You know, hey, the Egyptians tried to, and what happened?
That's why you finding all day stuff now.
Stole it. So, hey, can't put too much value in it, you know.
Right.
You know, when I was younger, I did value some of that stuff a little more. But now, even nice things, come and go.
You know what really matters. You know what really matters.
Yeah. So, you know, when I was younger, a car, oh, that was a big deal. Now, that's my car. Now, man, you done had so many cars come and go and things. It is what it is, you know. What up, brother Robert?
Big Rob.
Rob Bass.
Yes.
All right, so we saw Palomar. As a lot of guys would like her to be a pal of mine. Now that she no longer can get Kanan, is the next move Famous?
You see that face? She don't want nothing to do with this guy. She don't want nothing to do with this guy right here. But I love this scene though, Jay. He's like, oh, we talking about this? We talking about this guy? But what? We need to be talking about how Rob pulled up on Paloma this morning. Boom, bam, bam. I was just like, oh, this is how it would happen. This is why I love this show. You know, the authentic scenes that just draw you in because, yeah, you come through and we talking like, Jay, yeah, so what's going on? I thought this was my homework. But your mom's rolled up this morning on Paloma with the hammer. Bah, 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 you know?
Boy. Right.
That was nice. Yes.
Yeah, Famous wouldn't be ready for that. She would have him sprung for real sprung. I mean, you thought Kanan was about to knock down the door. Nah. He busted through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah. Blue. Oh, yeah. Let me get some of that juice, baby. Yes. Yeah, Famous wouldn't be able to handle that at all. Now, some people say Famous might be one of Kanan's first crackheads. He ain't going to school. He in the crack house. He about to get thrown out on the street because Crown dead and ain't gonna have no studio time for nobody no time soon. What's happening with him?
Lining up with Lulu.
Yeah. He better try to do something. Better try to go sit in the studio all day if you ain't gonna be, going to school. You better sit there and get inspired.
Well, the streets need another body for him to get inspired.
Right. He gonna be the damn crackhead body the streets are gonna find.
Well, I wouldn't like that. You
wouldn't like that.
Even though he's my least favorite character, I wouldn't like it.
I mean, I wouldn't say. I guess he ain't one of my favorites.
I don't like him. Okay, yeah. He's my least favorite likable character.
Right. You don't dislike him, but you ain't really caring about him.
Yeah, right? I'm rocking with him like that. He not that. So when I see him have special moments like this, I get excited. But, Burke is number one on my bad list right now. She just got to go.
Yeah, they ain't really famous. He down bad this season. Last season, he was looking like the star of the show almost with his little song. Everybody was downloading it. Street Need the Body. That's a dope song. I downloaded on iTunes. Everybody like, he a crackhead. Damn. He really was a musician.
I know. It's sad.
he really was a real musician. He made it big. Got hooked on drugs and fell off.
Even when he was in the jail cell. Oh, you like my shit? No, I didn't, I seen it in the friggin'
trash.
Exactly, it was in the driveway with the crackheads. Come on now, no, we don't like it. No,
right? Yeah, that is true.
Right?
Trust and C got a great point, and I was surprised as well. It's the first time that they even mentioned school in a while. When are they going to school? When do they have time? They are so busy. Their lives is packed. But I guess they do leave a lot of time out of the day of each episode. But yeah, because each episode probably covers a couple days at least.
Well, I'm glad that they did bring it back in because, everybody was saying that. I didn't want them to be like Tyreek, only running. So I'm glad they brought a little bit of the school back in,
Mm-hmm. At least mentioned it. I'm fine with mentioning it. We don't need to see you in class. Oh, no. And all that high school, friends. And like in the first season, the first couple episodes and that was cool, but after that, we don't need that. Let's see the streets.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got the school stuff with Tyreek now. So, Speaking of school, has Lulu learned his lessons and now know how to deal with the music industry? Because he showed up that strap on old boy. He said, I done paid you for the spins. I ain't just the money guy. What did Zaza do?
Zaza did the evil laugh, Jay. Oh, hell no. I'm not even going to mimic it. I was going to, but oh, hell no.
Zaza is something else.
Zaza is evil. So this episode made me think of her different. And early this morning, when we were doing the first reactions, if y'all didn't see it, y'all got to look at it because I think it was a fire first reaction. This one at least, right? So when she did that laugh, I was like, oh gosh, she bad. She really bad. I thought she was on Team Blue, but he don't need her on her team. And then somebody had put in the comments that could it have been a setup from the get-go? Even though he pulled up on her, she could have went and she could have told, Caviar, she could have told him, yo, I seen this dude. He gave me the blah. We can run up on him. He talking about some studio business. Oh gosh, I hope that's not true. But that laugh was too much for me. Like, she ain't flinched with the Jamaicans. She wanted to still finish up. She wanted, get her rocks off. after you talk 50 G's. Like, what the hell you into? But she know why. So she didn't care. What? You finished it?
Right.
Now you evil laughing.
That's why you evil laughing. Shout out to Support Gaming, spread love. I appreciate you. He said Zaza gotta go along with Luke. Zaza
gotta go.
That Zaza got to go. Gotta go. I ain't scared of you, mother.
I prefer Lugo than Marvin now.
I would too, actually. And I just really think London Brown did a great job on this show. I really enjoy his character. And Marvin, man, I wouldn't want him to go. I enjoy his comedic relief more than Famous. Although Famous does have comedic relief a little bit, Marvin I like better with the flow of the show.
So, Jay,
just like when he got a little stinker out the wall. Dealing with little stinker.
I'm trying to go back in my head now. The DJ did try to make a move on Zaza, right?
I'm not. I mean, he might have made it look, but I don't remember.
Like you want to come? Like, yes, he did. He did try to say something to her. So, but damn, that laugh still was evil, though. Even though it was still evil.
Definitely. What up, Gina? We gonna have Gina on here tomorrow night. Been busy working and everything, so shout out to my girl Gina. She said Lulu is silly to me. Crown wasn't supposed to have nothing on him that would ID him. No head, no hands, no feet, let alone something that said Crown or Bulletproof Records. Gina ain't playing.
Gina correct. Because Gina's
That's
correct.
True,
She shouldn't have had no fingertips. She shouldn't have had no teeth. No nothing. No dental records available. Get it out of here.
That's
Period.
True. Yeah.
So Lulu playing around. But remember, Lulu don't like to do dirty work no more.
Yeah, and it wasn't done properly. It was done out of emotion, so you didn't plan it, you didn't set up nothing, you had to rush and figure it out, like you messed up. So
but Jay, he had time to plan the disposal of the body.
He didn't check his pockets. Why he ain't check his pockets? He's sloppy.
He's sloppy. He not cut out for the dirty work. He pretty boy Lou. Okay, and his big sister's a gangster, and that's just it. We thought he was a Don in the first season, but he's not. He's just pretty boy Lou, and his big sister is a gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Crown Camacho was right. We don't need that one thing. That's it.
Right. My bad, Gina. I forgot. I think she said she could have came today as well. I forgot. My bad. So, but I definitely got you tomorrow.
Yeah.
The show's over now. I forgot though.
I'm
getting old, man. I'm getting old. Y'all gotta work
later
with
will
old
be
man.
greater, Jay.
Yeah, I know, right? I know I still look like I'm about 22, but
Peach fuzz.
all right, so we about to wrap it up, but before we do, we got a couple more things to say. Shout out to the 100 plus, 115, 20 people watching live. Everybody watching on the replay, appreciate it as well. Don't forget to check out my girl Kay Leezy on Instagram at BK All Day 358, and pull up, check it out.
The ladies come through. This is girls chat, okay? We talking about everything that women go through with these men.
There you go. So something
the
different.
Girls group come through.
There you go. So definitely. So guys, don't be trying to holler now. Don't make me have to be like Damon.
That's right.
Off with the head. My Khaleesi.
Okay, Jay.
All right. So, what do you think is happening with these last two episodes? Just predictions, thoughts. What would you like to see? It don't have to be accurate. Just what do you think is going to happen with these last two episodes, Raising Kanan?
Jay, well, you know how I feel. Burke gotta go.
Okay.
Burke just has to go. I don't want her around. She gotta go. Let's see. I would like for Kanan to say something to Rock. That was one of the cliffhangers I would like if he said something and she or showed him the paternity or the DNA test or whatever. I would like to see that happen.
That's a great point.
Marvin. Yeah, I want to see Marvin alive.
Woo.
Jay.
Yeah. It's sad that woman is probably dead. And that's what happened when you start getting with the bad boys. No, but
she didn't know.
No,
so here's the right. What if she lives in Kelly's fairy tale land, right? She lives. Marvin got hit, but he's in the hospital. He didn't die.
Okay.
50 got 17,000 bullets, and he's still here. So come on.
Where did he get hit with? A 22 though? No, I don't know what he got hit with. But 50 did get shot. What? 9 times? 10 times?
Yeah, exactly. He's still here. So, geez. So in Kelly's Dreamland, right? Let's hashtag Kelly's Dreamland. That the therapist is still here, and Marvin took the hit for her, but he didn't. He didn't die. He's in the hospital, so they gotta hide him and come up with a plan to get back at the Italians and bam, bam, bam. Okay. And team up with Unique, get his people. Because she already working with him.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Jocelyn said, my boo Marvin got to survive. My Cowboys won today. We 4-1. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
Cowboys do all right in the regular season, and then in the playoffs, we know what happened.
Is it called performance anxiety, Jay?
They definitely got something going on. But we'll see. But anyway, what I think happened for this rest of these last 2 episodes is Rock is setting up her demise because she's trying to go to war with the Italians, and I just don't see her able to win it. I think she's going to probably try to team up with Cavassier to, get some type of muscle or make her organization bigger. He'll find out you've been shady on the back door. Then she'll have 2 enemies. Then she'll try to probably get the Colombians to help, and then that's when it'll backfire that now you working with Unique. You should have killed them. And Unique helped her. Now she in the trap there. They'll leave her hanging. And I think she won't have any allies. And at the end...
Damn, Jay.
That was a bad picture right there, huh?
Hell yeah. I was like, damn.
That's how I see it. It may not happen in the next 2 episodes and she's dead. But I think that people will start to find out that she been on one. And the coffin is being built as we speak.
So is it safe to say Rock has earned her death?
Ben earned it. Ben earned it.
My bad, sorry. Okay, I was optimistic.
No, the optimism is gone. Rock has earned that death a long time ago, and I think that she's finally going to get what she's deserved and earned. So we'll see. I mean, she's killed Scrappy and D-Wiz had him killed. Yeah, so she's had people killed and stuff, and
kids, she killing kids. She don't care. She don't even have no protocol. At least the Italians didn't want to kill her son, but she don't care.
Right, she has kids killed.
Yeah.
So that messes with your soldiers' heads. That's what broke Lulu. So
that's what Lulu.
Yeah, so she is not aware of all of that, and I think it's in trouble. And the same with Lulu. He's picking up all of Crown's problems.
Mm-hmm. He's inherited his issues.
And what he should do is say, and he should just say, man, the hell with this studio. Y'all can have it. It ain't like he's spent years with a time. You just got into this business. Y'all can have it. I'm out. Cavassier, cheers, I'm out.
Exactly. Let him inherit the drama.
Right. And be gone, man. To start your own studio, start fresh, do it all over again. It ain't like you spent money building the studio.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You put no money into it like that.
Right. You know, the money you put into Cavassier, you never get, not Cavassier, Crown, you're never getting back. You know that. So it's over. Get the hell out of there with your life. You over here dealing with Cavassier, say, look, I'll sell you the rest of this, and just try to break even and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, let me be your silent partner since you want to run shit on the boards. You know what I mean? Let me be your silent partner. You got it. I'll take the 8th. You take the rest. Let me get my money back.
Yep. That's what he should do.
Cavassier want to run it anyway.
Yep.
But Jay, since you killing off Rock, right? Since you killing off Rock, we were talking about an option. Dang, Jay, you wicked. You very wicked with that one, Jay. Very, very. Ugh, that hurt my feelings because I love Rock. She has been a staple for this show. So we were talking yesterday. Do you think if they get rid of the older family, the ability to keep the show running? Because people's like, oh, if they go, the show ain't going to run. That's when they're going to introduce the young boys.
Exactly. I agree 100%. And there'll be a time jump.
Yeah.
Because really, this show is about the older family. It's not really about Kanan as much. The stars is Rock and the brothers, So we'll see.
So at that point, if they get, so I won't be mad if that happens, right? The older cast goes. That's when everybody's gonna get Breeze and Jamie and Tommy, because that'll hold the show over.
Oh, it's gonna skyrocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
It'll skyrocket. I think it's already
Rock, but all right.
Yeah, of course, I love Power, Book 4, Force. But damn, I like this show. This don't even feel like part of Power, really. It feels closer to BMF than it does to Power to me.
Me too, I feel so. Because I like, okay, Jay, top 3 is good, right? Top 3 is good. So I like Raising Kanan, then BMF, and then I'll say Force.
All right.
You know which is at the bottom for me.
And I agree.
Okay.
With that being said, we out of here. Everybody, thanks for sticking with us. Yes. I'll see y'all on the next one. I got some videos coming, so check it out. Everybody be safe. Have a good weekend, and we up out of here. Deuces.